Ishuborn and Gun in the house, back with another crazy Arsenal news episode. The transfer news, oh my god. I am really shocked with all the news that is actually coming up, and I just cannot calm down anymore, man. I just can't, and my god. So we're going to talk about something more. We're going to talk about something different, so stay tuned for that. And of course, let's see how things will turn out to be. Wilfried Zaha to Arsenal, ladies and gentlemen. How is this happening? And Lacazette's official. It looks like another source has also mentioned that Lacazette might be sold off, and it's not a joke anymore. And Mikel Arteta opened up about Kieran Tierney. Is his season over this time around, or will he be back if we qualify for the finals of the Champions League? Mikel Arteta opens up about it. Willian opens up about the abuse of online abuse that is actually getting in. Matteo Guendouzi has been advised to shut his mouth if he wants to play for Arsenal ever again. So Emmanuel Petit has opened up about it. We're going to discuss that as well. So moving on, the first news that we got here is about strange but true Wilfried Zaha. Arsenal having reignited interest in Crystal Palace forward Wilfried Zaha and could make a move this summer. Although the Gunners may have to sell players in order to raise necessary funds, Zaha will soon only have 2 years left on the long-term contract he signed in August 2018, and Palace would this time be prepared to cash in and let him go. Arsenal would first have to offload players before pursuing Zaha. So this is coming from Jamie Spencer, who is actually mostly writes in 90 Minute Football, Huffington Post, and of course Yahoo Sport UK. So he's come up with that news. So should we believe in it? Well, another transfer window coming soon, and another transfer rumor linking Wilfried Zaha to Arsenal. So, well, Willian actually was selected for the press match conference today, and most probably the player that actually is selected for the pre-match press conference, it turns out to be that player actually starts. So, let's see, is Willian going to start? That's what exactly we're going to know about it. So, talking about what exactly Willian said, he says that we always want to go on the pitch and win games. There have been lots of ups and downs. I'm the first to recognize that, and I'm not having a good season. In the last few games, I played much better, but it was not enough. As a team, we should stick together until the end. Now, talking about the racism things, what happens in social media, Willian says, we as players, we cannot do a lot. We do what we can do. We report it. We share it with you guys, the press, and we speak about that, but we want action. I think we have to try to find a way to stop it, because it is difficult when people say horrible words about you, about your family. That's not good. They can criticize us in relation to what we do on the pitch. I have no problem with that, no problem at all. If they want to criticize me what I'm doing on the pitch, if I have to play better, if I have to train more, yes, I will accept that. But when they come to attack you with horrible words, your family, that's not good. So we have to stop it and try to find a way to stop it. It really affects me when they say about my family. He was asked how bad things have got. He says, yes, sometimes I was in that situation a month ago. It was very difficult for me because I have a lot of friends on my phone, and I was seeing a lot of horrible words against my family, for example. I've seen people, some people are deleting their social media because of racism on the views. Straight away, I want to do that, but then when you take a few minutes and relax a little bit more, it changes. But the first reaction is to delete. After that, I say to myself that enough is enough. You have to try to do something to take action against racism, online abuse, and I'm proud because the club Arsenal are doing that. They're helping us a lot. I will never stop my fight against racism. That's really strong words from Willian. I completely agree with him on this one. But moving on, talking about other stuff, well, Willian has opened up about him. Hector Bellerin has held talks with Arsenal in recent weeks and has received the green light to depart this summer. Arsenal want a fee in the region of 20 to 25 million euros. The Spaniard is a serious target for Juventus, according to Calcio Mercato, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, calciomercato.it. Italy are believing in this thing that Hector Bellerin is being wanted by Juventus. Crazy stuff, isn't it? But moving on, so Arteta opens up about the Kieran Tierney spot in the pre-match press conference. So he says that we know that position was a weakness around the squad because we didn't have anybody to replace Kieran, and we have to find different solutions. On coping without Tierney, he says we are going to have to make some adjustments because his qualities are unique, and we don't have anybody else with his qualities within the squad unless we start to move a lot of pieces. Arteta on why he didn't sign another left back in January, he says we could not do anything in that window. We decided to let Kolasinac out on loan as well, and that's a decision that we made. And talking about if Saka could fill in at left back, Arteta says you have to change something and find a different way of attacking. At the same time, the structure when you are defending and in transitional moments has to be stable and has to be done by players that are comfortable doing that. There are areas where we have limitations, there are areas where we are consistent, but there are also areas where we can do really, really well. My demands is just to be hitting those goals and to achieve our best level every single day. And talking about Slavia Prague, Arteta says they are a really strong side. They've been unbeaten in the league. You see how they have the ball. I think in the last few years, competing at the highest level, they've always been in the game and made it really difficult. That is crazy. He was asked if Tierney will play again this season. He says, I don't know. We're going to have to go day by day to see how Kieran is feeling and how he's reacting. When we get close to playing time and training with the team, depending where we are and how he's feeling, we'll make a decision. Now, Arteta, if Tierney will be at the Euros with Scotland, he says, again, it will depend on how things evolve in the next few weeks. He's so keen to play for us before the end of the season, and he's extremely keen to represent his country in the Euros. Why the fuck are we even talking about Kieran Tierney going into the Euros, man? We don't even want to talk about it. Well, moving on, talking about the injury news is out, ladies and gentlemen. Emil Smith-Rowe is actually, you could see, maybe I've got the wrong images, but okay. So I'll read it out for you. David Luiz right knee underwent a small procedure on his right knee at the weekend. The intervention went well and David is rehabilitating with the medical team. He's expected to be back to full fitness and available for selection in the upcoming weeks. Martin Odegaard, he's got a problem in his right ankle. He's experiencing discomfort to his right ankle since being on international duty. Martin is being assessed ahead of the Thursday's match regarding his availability. Tierney, left knee, surgery will not be required it's hoped that Kieran will be back in full training within 4 to 6 weeks. Bukayo Saka, right hamstring. Bukayo is now back in full training and available for selection. Smith-Rowe is the same, right thigh and quad. He's back in full training and available for selection. And so is Granit Xhaka. Was unwell, is back in now full training and available for selection. So that's the headline, that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. The players are back. And talking about the players that are back, ladies and gentlemen, one player that you don't want to talk about much unless you see a real change in him, and that is none other than the one, the only, Matteo Guendouzi. Now, Matteo Guendouzi has been said how that he can actually save his Arsenal career. Emmanuel Petit has some word of advice for him. He says, I think things happened too quickly for Matteo Guendouzi at a time where he wasn't strong enough mentally. He has a volcanic personality. He was called up to the French national team after a good run in the Arsenal team, but I didn't see him have a very good game in that spell. He's had arguments with referees, opponents, sometimes his own teammates, and I think this is something he has to control. If you want to reach the highest level and stay there, you have to control your emotions. He needs to realize this and adapt very quickly, and because I think he still has qualities and can bring something to Arsenal. When you can't control your emotions, it's very hard for your teammates to work with you. It's hard to back you, and it's hard to keep out of the press limelight. But mostly it's hard for your manager to pick you. So, Matteo, if you're watching this, I know you will one day. Please, 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 calm down. Moving on, so Arteta also was asked about Gary Neville's criticism. He says, what does he think about it? So Arteta says, no response. When there is criticism after the way we played against Liverpool, we have to take it on the chin because it's fully deserved. It's time to talk on the pitch and show what we can do. When we are at full gas, that is a lot. And talking about Torreira, Arteta says, we have spoken to him. He has really attached to his mum. He was really attached to his mum. And he's really attached to his family. It's a hard time for him, and emotionally, there is a lot of thoughts that will go through his mind. When things are like that, it's not the moment to make decisions. I understand how he's feeling emotionally. He probably feels the need and responsibility to be closer to his family, but it's not the moment to make any decisions. And it certainly is a decision that has to be made by different parties. Let's see what happens. So that's the thing, that's the headline, and that is the news about Torreira. And also talking about different stuff, Lacazette. It looks like, according to 90 Minutes, the website, Arsenal striker Alexander Lacazette is heading for an Emirates exit. Arsenal will listen to offers for the Frenchman this summer as they aim to raise extra funds for new players. Inter, Roma, Sevilla and Atletico Madrid have all been linked with Lacazette earlier. He's actually approaching his final year of his contract at the Emirates Stadium, and he could be available on the cheap. And I'm pretty much sure these teams would want to sign him very soon. So with this, we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you see daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.